guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mackie and welcome to today's video, which is a very fun one I have been anticipating for quite some time now. Welcome to setting up my reading journal for the new year 2024, and while I am recording this in 2023, I'm pretty sure this goes up in the new year, so hi. Hello, I hope 2024 is good so far. But yeah, this is today's video. So far I've actually got something going. I think like mid-year last year. So that's 2023 for whoever's watching right now. I did see a couple of like reading journal videos and I was just like so inspired to start something. And so I took like a normal notebook and I DIY'd it into something cute. And then I never went into it. Or I did kind of, I will show you. But basically it looks a bit like a disappointment. And I just felt like picking this back up and just continuing it. Because so many people for Bookmas have been like making reading journals, just doing stuff like this, and it just looks so cute and so fun. I wanted to join in. And I mean, I've always loved planning and just doing stuff with cute stationery growing up. For any little thing, honestly, I just like whip my little journal out, plan stuff, and it was so fun jotting things down, using little sticky notes and markers. It was fun. So I was like, why not do it for something I love, which is reading? And it's gonna be like a whole hobby in itself because I'm having so much fun so far. But I'm gonna show you my little progress right now. So on the cover of the like little journal, I wrote bibliophagus. I don't know how you pronounce it. I just found it on Google. It sounds like a cute word, and it actually means a devourer of books. I love that, and this is what it looks like so far. I have like plastic wrapped it because I'm like scared it's gonna get spoiled. But yeah, it's just a basic printout I got of. I don't even know what this is. I don't know. And then here's what it says at the bottom. Like I said, if you know how to pronounce it. And if I'm butchering it, I'm very sorry. But last year, I think around June, I did start filling it up. So I made like a little page with my details so it could be sent back to me in case it did get lost. And then I was going to start filling in all the books I started reading after I got out of my like massive 2, 3, 5 year slump. I don't know, okay, I can't do math. But I started filling it. I wrote like the titles of books. For example, last year the first book I read, or like because of school, was The Merchant of Venice by Shakespeare. It sounds so bad, but anyway, I gave it 1 star because school reading, you know, compulsory readings by Shakespeare. I just did this stuff. I don't know if you can tell, but basically I did it for like a couple of books here and there. And I didn't start filling anything except like quotes I found in a book I was reading at the time, Sad Cypress by Agatha Christie. I found them really cute, so I had to fill them in, you know. And apart from this stuff, I haven't really filled anything in. I just continued to make this stuff and then I stopped. So I sat down the other day, I started listening to The Book Club Hotel by Sarah Morgan, I believe. It's such a good read. I don't know if it's going to be in any other video for now, so I'm just mentioning it here. But essentially, I've been listening to it and I just wrote the names of the books I continued reading, and I'm going to fill them in eventually. I'm skipping them for now because I don't think I have enough time before 2024 starts to fill them in. So there's like a bunch of empty pages here. You're going to have to ignore that. But then we get to the fun stuff. So here's where I wrote the last one I've read so far, which is the last book for Bookmas. And then I've left a couple of free pages because this is still 2023. I have like 5 pages left. And I don't know how many books. I don't think I'm finishing 5 books before the year ends because I literally have like 3 days maybe. But I'm hopeful. So I've left some space and I'm going to start 2024 here, if you can tell. I've already got some penciling going in. I have made the like year thing. I'm going to show you all of these markings. But essentially I've done a little bit. I've made this. I've made 24 books I want to read in 2024. I've done reading goals. I haven't actually filled anything in. They're just little like layouts, drafts, whatever you want to call them, for like stuff I actually want to get to. Because the other day when I started doing this, I was like in a tired headspace, alright? It's not perfect and I don't want to make it perfect. It's got to be fun, so I enjoy it. But it's definitely not good enough. It's like a rough draft, alright? So it's in pencil. I'm going to start inking it now, and this is just the little update I wanted to give you before I started. And essentially in this video, I plan to finish it over the course of today, tomorrow, a couple of days, we shall see. And I kind of want to set this journal up. I'm going to show you how I set it. This is my first time ever doing an actual reading journal, so that is fun. I don't really know what format I'm following so far. It's just things I've seen in other people's videos that I found cute, or stuff from Pinterest. So we shall see. It looks fun, and yeah, let's just get into it. I'll show you my markings, show you what I've done so far, and I'm going to start marking it actually in pen. I've got my stationery. I've got this like magic marker set I got when I was a kid. This is, I think, the only thing that's actually new, colored markers. Apart from that, everything's just been there, you know. This was my gift for last Christmas. I have another couple of things. I have my stationery. There's a lot, alright, and I still have to go get the other things. That's what I'm gonna do. We shall see. That's the update. So hopefully it's gonna turn out cute. I don't want this to be a monotonous vlog, but I've been anticipating it. It's fun. Having a good time so far. Let's just go ink it out, you know? Yeah. Bye. Okay, so this is essentially what it looks like. I'm so sorry if it's like shiny. I mean, it's supposed to be like that because of the plastic, but anyway. I'm gonna skip the first couple of pages because I've got my contact details there, but basically I started filling in stuff like this for like the books I read, quotes, anything I found cute, my ratings, whatever. And then I never actually filled anything in, so like I said, I wrote like book titles and stuff, so You Deserve Each Other and the bonus epilogue, The Bodyguard, you know, just stuff I've read, alright? And I'm gonna go back, fill it in later, so maybe towards the end of the year you might get a reading vlog if I'm done by then of like me filling it up. But so far this is what it looks like. This is just books, like I said, I've read throughout the year, haven't actually filled anything in because this journal was like rotting, which I love this book, by the way, please go read it. And the journal was rotting, so we're finally putting it to use, you know. And I don't know why it was a good idea to, you know, go ahead and take something that was lined instead of something that was like dotted, but we're gonna have to make do with it. So far this is what it looks like, and this was the last book I read for the last day of Bookmas. So after this I'm just leaving space for like the next couple of days for 2023 for the last books I'm gonna be reading. I don't know, I've left 4 pages. I don't know if I'm reading 4 books, I don't think I am, but then if I don't, I'm just gonna like write down my Goodreads stats for the end of the year here. Maybe skip a page, we shall see. And this is what I've done for 2024 so far. So I've got like a little bee going, I've got a couple of bows. Because tell me why I've been obsessing over bows lately. Like, why are they so cute? A stack of books with like little daisies coming out of them, strawberries, you know, stars, because we read books out of stars, a little coffee cup. I love coffee. So that's just my 2024 page. It's nothing special, but I think it turned out cute. I kind of like it. It's just copied from like PNG art I found on Google. So I like Google separate things, just copied them, and you'll find them if you Google PNG with whatever you're looking for. But after that, I made a 24 books I want to read in 2024 list. I haven't filled this out because I've got to go through my stuff, but I will. Reading goals, I want to make these like special. This is going to be like a bit of a box situation. I don't know what my goals are yet. I want to read 50 books next year, so that's what this looks like. Then I'm going to write down my physical TBR, like everything I own, and I've got this little box situation so I can like mark them off after, you know, I finish. But this is what this looks like. I've left a bunch of pages because I already know I've got too many books that won't fit in the space I've left. And then I've also got my rating system. I've just like made little stars for now, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm gonna write why I rate the books, how I rate them, like whatever. And then I made this. I'm gonna color this, and again, it's supposed to be my bookshelf. I'll like mark the books I'm gonna read throughout the year in these, color them up, whatever. I saw it in another couple of videos. People do it. It looks cool. So this is that. Series tracker, because I plan on starting a bunch next year. So far I haven't filled them in because I don't know which ones I'm in the middle of. We shall see. I'll go check Goodreads and figure it out, but this is what this looks like so far. Again, I've left space because I needed to. And finally, I made stats for next year. So like whatever books I read in January, and I'm gonna like mark them off. And I've never actually read 20 books a month. I think my highest is probably this month, reading like 12 or 13. But I mean, we'll see. You know, I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic for 2024. It's fun. And then I'm gonna write down the books, the number of books I read in the month, the amount of pages that makes, you know, just stuff I want to write in these. So I made little boxes, and in this I'm essentially just gonna like mark each color for each genre and then color the boxes with that color so I know how much I read of each. So say for example, romance can be pink, and I don't know, mystery thriller could be like blue or something, and I'm gonna essentially just mark them down here so I can like visually see how much I've read. And I think that's pretty much it for how much I've done in the journal so far. I'm gonna go start filling it out. I'm gonna listen to my audiobook, so hopefully I'll update in a bit. And yeah, we shall see. And hi guys, happy 2024. Even though we are already a quarter, yeah, I think that's correct. We're about a quarter of the way already into the year, and it's March as I'm recording this. It's so funny because I went back and reviewed the previous clips, and as it turns out, I was last talking to you back in 2023. So I can actually say that a year has passed. Not really, but also it kind of has, since I last filmed and spoke for this vlog. And I don't know why, actually I do know why I haven't come back to updating you guys with my little reading journal yet. It's because I keep going back and seeing all these different videos that come up in my feed of all these people doing such creative things with their journals that sparks ideas within me to do it to mine. And trust me, I'm having like the best time doing it. It's just all these creative ideas, I want an outlet for them and I want to put them on paper, but they take time. And with the schedule I've been running for like the past couple of weeks, the past couple of months, I have been a bit busy. I haven't really had much time, even though I am trying to remove a certain amount of time weekly to dedicate to the reading journal, which is very good artistically and creatively for me. It's just I haven't really had too much time to come and update and like put everything I want to in it. And so I figured now is as good a time as any to just give you the tour. Forget it. Honestly, I'm going to show you whatever I've done so far. I'm going, I think, in the next 6 to maybe 8 months, maybe towards the end of this year, which it seems so weird saying that. It feels like it started yesterday. It's flying by. But maybe towards the end of the year, I'll give you like an updated reading journal tour. But until then, I'm so far just going to show you what I've done to the journal. I have definitely expanded more from what I showed you last time. There's quite a bit of new stuff to show you and I'm really proud of it. I'm really excited. There's more I've built up on it, but also there's some stuff I want to go back to and just make it better, in my opinion, because listen, I feel like it and it's my journal. I will do it. So far I'm just going to show you what I've done. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to come and do it, but this is the final flip through for this video, because I will be putting a different one up later, like I said, towards the end of the year, so you could see what it turned out like completely. But this is my final flip through of my reading journal for the year 2024, even though it has 2023 books in it as well. And I'm just going to show you everything in one go, so let's get to it. Now, from what I can tell from my last clips of me showing you guys this journal, it still looks shiny. I'm sorry about that. 3 months later we're facing the same issues, but the clips are very shaky and like messy, so I'm going to go over everything a little bit and explain it once again. But this time hopefully it's going to be better, so let's just do it. Again, bibliophagist, phagist, I'm not too sure how it's said. I kind of love this. Whenever I pick this up I think of the word and I think it's beautiful. So that's how we start the journal. Then I have added on to my if found please return to page, but I've actually drawn these flowers here, which I was gonna originally do with highlighter, as you can tell, but I've gone back, increased on it, and I think it looks so much better like this. Like, tell me it looks better than the last time, please do, because I put a bit of time, like a considerable amount, into doing the details for these, as you can tell, and I think they turned out, I mean, as per my expectations, I like the way they did, so hopefully you do too, because if you don't, I'm just gonna be disappointed. But this is where I've added on to in our first spot. Now this kind of bled onto the back of this paper, so we're going to ignore that. But as you can tell, I have not really added anything to my 2023 reads. They're still the same as last time, so haven't gone back and filled anything, though hopefully I very soon plan to do it. So I want to like write something about each book and make like aesthetic, kind of like, you know, the things people do on Pinterest where they have like these folders of like pins assorted by the vibe of the book. I kind of want to do that for each book, which that's going to be quite the endeavor, but since I have some time before I decide to put the next vlog up about this, I think we can do that, and I think it'll be fun. I definitely think it'll be something to look forward to, and I also want to go back and add some more quotes like I did for Sad Cypress. It's just my hand literally fell off writing all of these, so we shall see. If I don't get too lazy, maybe perhaps I will, but this is what it looks like. Again, there's nothing I really added to this. It's just the same as last time was, and I'm so sorry if the pages turning are annoying you, but that's just the way it is. Again, I've got book titles: romantic comedy, angels and demons, we had to remove this post, hickory dickory dock. There's quite a few. I have to go back and like pretty much write my thoughts on these, so I will at some point. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to get to it this year, and I will soon. So I'm gonna skip past all of this because that's just the way it is for the 2023 books, and now we're actually getting into the 2024 flip through. So this is the last book I read for the year, which was the Book Club Hotel. I actually briefly mentioned it. It's so funny, and as it turned out, it had to be the last book for this video, so I think it's coming full circle. I kind of like it. And now let's actually get into what I've enhanced so far. So after this page, I believe I left like 4 pages for my last like little reads for the year, but I didn't actually finish 4 books. I only finished this. So to cover up for those pages, for these 2, I decided to make like a kind of like a bullet journal spread of my favorite 2023 5-star reads. Basically all my 5-star reads. Some of them are 6 stars. I highly recommend all of them. Some of them, they don't really feel like 5 stars anymore. I want to go reread this one especially. I mean, this one and this one is okay. You know what? I just want to reread all, but I want to reread this again to see if it still feels like a 5-star. I think at the time it was like a 4.5. Now I don't really know. And take it with a grain of salt, but I really love all of these books and I would recommend any of them. They're still my favorites. So they made it to the list. Even this one feels like a 4.5. I want to go back and read it, but it was a little graphic. Check triggers before you get into it. So I'm saying that to preface you, hopefully. And this is what this page looks like. I think it turned out cute. I made like stars and stuff around. I don't know if I like the look of that, but I definitely like the thing I did with the highlighter, the border thing. And if you keep going into the book, you will see that it's been a progressive theme, which is also really fun. Then I wrote down my 2023 kind of like reading stats. So I'm just gonna go slow so you guys can read it if you want. Nothing too crazy. This is what my Goodreads wrap-up showed me, and there was like this year in the books website thing I found that people were really talking about, and that's what it gave for me. So I've just literally written that down to fill up space, and I think it's cute. So I'm going to do that this year, next year as well, we shall see. And getting into this year, this is how inking and coloring the little spread out it turned out, and I think it's cute. The 24 books I want to read in 24, we have quite a few here. I'm sorry if that sounded like terrible. I said it a little too fast for my own good, because this video has been, it's huge, alright? And the paper, it has been bleeding through, so I am learning my lesson, and maybe next year I'm gonna get like a proper journally artsy, one of those like fancy books, but for now we're gonna have to deal with this. So ignore that. I'm just gonna make it look like the aesthetic. That's why I went back over and put these like papers on top. It took more time, but I think it's worth it. And then the reading goals, I changed the like layout a bit, but I like the way this one turned out better. And I mean, I'm getting through a few of them at the moment. Some of them I'm not really getting through. I'm just not able to do a couple like this one. But that's just life. That's realistic. This is my physical TBR. Again, that's too much. I'm just gonna go and show it to you like that, and you can pause the video if you want to see in detail which books I own. But for example, I read Akatar in a video, I think a couple months, last month, something like that back. A Christmas Carol, I read it, so I marked it off. If you see Pavel is written twice here, it's because one is by Elsie Silva and one is by Lauren Roberts, so ignore that. But it's basically two different books, and there's more of my physical TBR then, like this. Again, you can pause it to see which books I have. And this. They're not really organized as per genre or anything. I just put it the way they are on my shelf. So it's going to be easy to locate on my shelf, but also I wish I had organized them better. So that's something to keep in mind for next time. This is my rating system. The paper has been bleeding through now that I've been going back and looking at it, and it's not really satisfying to look at, but it is my reading journal and I don't really care. Next time I'm just going to buy something with thicker paper. So that's a lesson learned very well, but let's just get into it, alright? Ignore that, and I'm sorry about it, but here's how I rank my books, or I rate them. 6 stars, tattoo this on my soul. 5 stars, I choose not to shut up about this. 4 stars, entertaining and intriguing. 3. So I have like no strong feelings about it. It felt like a mid book. 2 is the lowest rating I ever give, because I kind of feel bad. I don't want to give it a 1 because the author did put effort into writing the book. So it is the biggest no for me, and it is really low on my scale. And 1, I think I've only given it to 2 books so far. That's just to say I rarely ever give it, and if I do give it, it means I just don't, I hate it. That's all. Erase it from my memory. Then I have my bookshelf. I got like the little beachy aesthetic going on here. I think it turned out cute. I have been filling it, and there's quite some genres I've been reading, even though it's been dominated by pink, which you will see in a second. But this is what it looks like. I think it turned out cute. The beach, I kind of love it. I also have my series tracker. Some on here I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with. I will show you which ones. Like this, for example. I didn't love book 1. I hated it, but we might continue it, so we shall see. And then these as well, I don't have strong feelings, but I wrote them down, so we shall see if I continue these series, because people seem to love them. So they're just on here. I don't know. It's for fun, okay? It's for fun. I don't know if I'm actually going to continue it, but so far so good. These are my stats. I have to go back and fill February because I haven't fully done it, but I read a couple more books, so ignore that. But we do go up in number here. So there's January, February. I love the way the colors turned out, and I've marked them by these specific colors because I made like a genre color key. I think you guys know that, and this is how it's coded. I also have like a little thing. So in January I read like 9 books, and that's like 2,733 pages. I have to do that for February, and I'm just gonna keep doing that for each month so I can go back and look on it later in the year, and that's gonna be fun. Now here's where I kind of like developed on from where I left off with you guys last year, but I wanted to track how I read every single one of my books. So like the first book I ever read in this year was an audiobook, the second was an audiobook, and so on. So that's just the way I find out what I'm reading the most, how I can start kind of reading the purple ones, my physical TBR, because I really need to get through that. That was one of the reading goals if you saw as well, and that's that. Then I kind of started this thing wherein this is how I review the books. So this has no spoilers, you can read it without worrying about anything. And this is how I decided that I'm gonna write my reviews down for books. But then I soon realized that this is not really efficient enough. It's gonna take me some time to go through it, because I'm gonna write down the title, the author name, the genre of pages, the format I've heard it in or read it in, which it's already here, so it doesn't make sense. And then the time I read it from, and then like a summary, which neither of these makes sense either, because Goodreads tells me what days I read it between, and a summary. So I've decided instead that I'm gonna switch this pattern up a bit. So this has spoilers. I would not recommend you guys seeing it unless you want to spoil the book for yourself, so ignore that. I did make like a few more adjustments here. I kind of went back and like continued doing this until I realized that this system is just not efficient. So you will see that there are a couple of unfilled spaces here which I would like to go back and fill. But after I finished Akatar, I just realized that listen, if I don't love the book, I don't really want to be like taking up so much space and time, and like if it wasn't efficient, alright, if I'm reading 3 books a week and I'm coming every week to like add new pages to this, I don't know if it's efficient enough to me to do this. It felt monotonous and annoying and very strictly to the box. So instead I just decided to come back and do this instead, and I'm loving this so much better because I can see my star rating, I can see the book. That's all I really need, how many books I've read so far. I have to go back and update this, so just like do not give too much attention to it, but this is what it looks like, and that's it. So now when you flip to the back of the book, because I decided I wanted to add some stuff there too, I have the page, the last page for my 2024 stats, like the ones I did for 23, because I really love that. And if you start going backward, you will see a couple of other things I wanted to add back, but I forgot. So I'm adding it from the back now, which doesn't make sense, but here we are. I've got my 2024 book haul, so I can go back and mark off the books I actually read from the ones I bought this year. There's not a lot on the list because I'm really trying to cut down on book buying this year, and so far I think it's going pretty successful. It's just I can justify these, and so far it's in control. So I kind of like the concept of having a book journal to keep me like accountable as well. I have my Kindle TBR. I haven't really inked any of them out, they're all in pencil. So for now you need to ignore them, because some of these books I'm not sure if I really want to go out and buy a physical copy for. For example, Catherine Center, I loved The Bodyguard by her. It was in my 5 stars, even though I'm not too sure if it's a 5 anymore. And I would really love to own a copy of her book, Hello Stranger. So while I have it on Kindle, I'm not sure if I'll actually read it on Kindle. So that's the reason I haven't really inked any of these out. Like this one, for example, I started on Kindle, but I bought the physical. So it's just here for some reason. I'm gonna figure it out at some point, and until then it's just gonna be in pencil. Now these are the 2024 releases that I want to get to. Ignore these, I just went back and like wrote some down, and the handwriting is terrible, so I'm just gonna cover that. But these are some you can look forward to too in case you want to get to them. I think I might at some point go back and write the dates they come out on, so I know what day to be prepared for, but for now this is what it looks like. Now when we keep flipping back, I actually remember that I had a children's TBR of books I'd bought before I fell into like a huge reading slump, and they were pretty much children's fiction, I'd call them. Don't know if I'd still read them, but I thought it would be fun to include it here. So I'm still to write them down, but when I do, it's gonna be here. You will see it in the video, so that's that. An alphabet little game I saw in someone's vlog. Honestly, everything I've done in this little book journal, it's mostly from other booktubers. So if you see anything that is repeated from someone else's, all the credits are to that person and not to me, because it's literally just taken from someone else. And I'm not too sure where I got this from, but I thought it was fun, so I put this here. Put like TBR prompts down, because I've seen people pick their little like monthly TBR with these prompts, and I thought I'd put some in, and like for funsies in my book journal try to get to those prompts. I haven't really filled any in though, as you can tell. And I'm gonna eventually stick photos of my favorite books of each month into these little spaces here. And I think that's actually about it. Yeah, okay, we're done. And that's the end of our little book journal book tour. I think it was fun. It was a fun flip through. I hope you enjoyed. And it took me time, and I'm still gonna keep going back and adding things. So if you've got like suggestions of what kind of pages I should add to this, what kind of like little challenges and stuff, let me know, because I haven't organized the reads by months and I don't intend doing that. So apart from that, if you've got like challenges or something, fun little spreads you've got ideas for, leave them in the comments for me. And so guys, with that, we have finally come to the end of the video that I was gonna be filming, and that lasted about 3 months at this point, of my reading book journal. I do plan on upgrading next year because I am having so much fun with this. I'm just going mad buying supplies, stationery. I've already got like this fun journal I bought for next year. It's already ready and stuff. I just need to start filling it when next year comes around. So until then, this is going to be my trusty very first journal, and I think it's kind of nostalgic. So I'm sharing it here on the internet because I have to, and I hope you enjoyed the little tour of this book journal. I don't know why I called it a book. But this was really fun. I'm gonna give you guys an updated tour if you want one towards the end of this year. I've said that so many times now, you're probably sick of it. But yeah, I hope you had fun coming along with me, even though I haven't been really consistent with this vlog specifically. But yes, I had a lot of fun. I'm having so much fun going back in with my markers, cutting, journaling, just sitting down once in a week with like an audiobook going in the background, me just like mindlessly doing this, having so much fun. And I'm having the best time ever. So it's like a new hobby I've gotten into thanks to reading, and I feel creatively, this is like my outlet. I'm really enjoying myself. I feel like such an artist doing this, even though it's nothing crazy or special. I just feel good. It's like self-care and me time, and I'm loving it. So I would recommend you guys should start a reading journal if you want to, if you've been considering it. Take it as your sign, because it's a lot of fun. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me. Thank you for watching this one. And yeah, if you've got any thoughts, suggestions, if you want me to add anything, any spread into this, let me know. I think I will start doing specific ones for specific books, like Akatar, ones I really enjoyed, like, you know, like a little fantasy spread or something. So if you've got ideas for that too, please let me know in the comments, because I'm not that creative. Pinterest and YouTubers, they're my go-tos. But that's it, like I said, for the video. I will hopefully see you in my next one. I hope you had a good time in this one. Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Like, comment, subscribe, the YouTube things, and I will see you.